the CBT, the closed beta testing server. A little bit of a slow start this morning, so I'm on later than I usually am. So apologies to those that might have been looking for me and wondering where I was. Just had a lot of things I had to sort out that kept me from the game. But we are on the PTR. This is not a PTR copy. I'm still waiting for mine. It's still sitting in the queue somewhere. So I just boosted a character real quick and did the intro housing quest so that I could get access to housing. Got a few things I want to show you. Unless someone asks specifically, happens to be on watching, that asks for some sneak peeks at some of the decor that I've already shown in previous broadcasts, then we're just going to skip that. There's a few new ground and sky model options that we'll take a look at later. But first, we're just going to take a peek at some of the houses that I found this morning. It's kind of slim pickings. There's a few that I've already toured in the past, but I think a lot of people are just kind of still getting back into the PTR, so that or my public thing listing is still kind of little not being too forthcoming of new names. As well, I noticed that my house was automatically set to neighbor only. So if that's the case, then it might take a while for people to realize their houses aren't public, and for those that want them to be, that it would need to be that way. Anyway, of course, that could be just a new character kind of thing. If maybe it remembers your settings from previous, I don't know. So we're here at a plot called Station 33. Weirdly, it doesn't give the player name, so I have no idea whose plot this is. I think on the random thing, it just had like square, 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 and it doesn't necessarily mean that like it's a foreign name or anything like that. It's just sometimes it doesn't. Maybe there's some kind of a quirkiness going on with it, but. Also, you'll see I got a new furry friend here. Keep an eye out for when I stand a little bit. He'll do a cute little animation. Right now, he's just sitting there. He's got like 6 eyeballs. How weird is that? Anyway, that's one of the new pets. I think it's called the War Pig. Yeah, War Piglet. Also, I'm sure most people have heard by now, but the WildStar free-to-play or / reboot little thing is coming out on the 29th of this month. They made that announcement, I guess it was yesterday. The only reason I knew something was up because I usually keep an eye on my Twitter feed, and suddenly there was like just a pile of messages popping up, and I was like, something's going on. So yeah, that was so there we go. Accidentally clicked on something else. Anyway, so I knew something was up. I hope that didn't interrupt anything, but we'll see. Let's see. So we're at this plot called Station 33. You can see they used one of the new crystal formations. Not new. It's one of the newer decor that's already on live. And it happens to be hollow, so you can really do some fun stuff with it. But they basically built a ship inside this giant crystal, and it's pretty weird. I haven't looked all the way around. I just kind of glimpse. Usually when I'm coming onto these like little random tours, I just kind of skip around real quick, see if there's anything we want to see, and then we'll come in. I'll save the hatch house for later. It's not really anything special, but we'll go into it. I mean, it's kind of special. I mean, it's not like your usual hatch house, but I guess they're like trying to fend off the strain. Anyway, you can see I was having trouble with the doors. My character kept wanting to run, and I don't have my keybinds all set up for movement and stuff, so I was having a little bit of difficulty getting in. I got it set up so that you use the low grav pad fab kit to hop up here as if it's like a kind of an elevator thing. Shoots you up the tube, and then gonna hop up and make your way inside the ship. I'm trying to see if I can get a good. Hard to get a good shot with the glass. It only lets you zoom out so far. That was a real tricky one trying to get through. It was like two of them together. It's like, won't let me in. So you've got the off-limits treasure hold here. And then I assume this is going to be like the main bridge or whatever. And I guess the hologram's controlling it. Don't know how he's able to punch the buttons, but there you go. A lot of stuff going on up here. I don't know what all this stuff is. I know those are generators of some sort and Dominion panels of some sort, but getting to where I'm really bad about remembering the names of the core. Which is bad because I usually try to be very helpful in that respect. And let folks know what they are. Sometimes it comes to me, but half the time, or most of the time, it doesn't. I'm like completely clueless, and I'm like, sorry, I don't remember. Those technophage, I like the concept of the door being able to go in the little circle. I wish they would give us just some plain ones without all the neon pink stuff. Plus, unfortunately, I can't get the technophage quest to work for me anymore. It seems to be bugged online. So here we have like some kind of like a lab, testing lab for the strain that's attacking. And this appears to be the mess hall. We have like the food vendor and then the bar. There's a little vendor there. And in the barracks. No privacy here. They don't even get little cubicles or nothing. It's just everybody's out there. I'm hoping that someplace I can get a good shot of the exterior of the ship. It's really hard to get an idea of just what all work's been put into this. Won't let me. I got a piece of glass there. This is like a deck, viewing deck with garden area. There's a little bit there. Kind of hard to see still though. And then to go everything over there. Oops. Guess I'm walking in a pool there. Okay, maybe this is the captain's seat there, because this looks like a little bit more control. Or maybe this is. They get so many of these like main control centers, it's hard to tell. Nice use of the taco stand for these little A ship things. I've not seen that one before. I don't know what that is. Like some kind of marauder guy. And I'm trying to get a good, hard to get a good shot. Looks like some kind of lounge area. The glass just won't let you zoom out. If you have an open area and you can go without the glass, then you get a better view. That is not the case here. Okay, well, that go in the pool there. Oh, here's the gym. Got a stand shape while you're in space. Little practice mat and weightlifting. Here's the little lounge area we saw from above. Another little bar. Guess this would be more like the dance area. And probably the captain's quarters, I would guess. A little fancy for just a regular shipmate. Guess this is gaming bed. Don't know if that's everything or not. I think so. Other than the hatch out. Whoops, I just come in there. Oh. So yeah, we went through the round one and the mess hall and oops. Wow, just took a fast leap out. Weird little thing here where I came in, I think. Would be like the storage. I'm not sure. Oh, here's the other way around to the treasure pile that you can't get to, but apparently it's unguarded on this side, so you can get in. Okay, so back out, and then we'll take a quick look into the hatch house, just for amusement's sake. Like I said, there's nothing like super fantastical there, but you know, oops, top of the hole there. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I already opened the door because I was down here earlier, and I guess I remembered it. But yeah, this giant treasure room. This I've actually went to a plot. I don't remember if it was on live or on the PTR, but the entire plot is just gold piles, treasure piles, and even the house. They actually have a house there, and it's just they plastered the gold piles all over it. And it actually looked pretty nifty. I don't remember what the plot name was or anything, but I thought that was pretty fun. Looks like the golden lock has been secured as a national treasure here. Looks like he's kind of frozen in amber or something, and not gold. Okay, so that's Station 33. Again, I don't know whose plot this is. It doesn't have the name anywhere, weirdly. Let's see if we can get to this one. It's not going to let me. I'll see if I can find the name real quick, because it's been kind of giving me the same names over and over again. But I really do hate when it says does not exist when I just was there. I made sure I wrote down the name just right, just so that I wouldn't mess that up. Pardon me, even though it's like almost 11 o'clock, I am still like so tired. I didn't get a really good night's sleep. I kept hearing weird noises. I'm a light sleeper anyway, so it kind of kept me up. And then, of course, the hubby was snoring, and that didn't help. Well, I'm not seeing it, unfortunately. Oh, wait, here it is. See, sometimes you get lucky. Now, this is a phage cannon outpost, and I thought it was a kind of a clever idea with building the cannon as if they're getting ready to shoot the planet over there. Now, I think typically you would be coming in over here. We're going to be kind of going in at it backwards, and then we'll start from the front and go from there. So just kind of zipping through to the front so we can see it as we're supposed to see it, and then we'll talk about it. I want to be sure and don't fall off, because last time I fell off into this little pit here and then I couldn't get back up. So this is the way you come in. This is how you'd see it. The teleport thing is usually right here. So come in, and first off you get into this some kind of a little security station, workstation. I'm not sure what it is. It's like, I guess you would have a number of people inputting things. Maybe they're the ones tracking ships and things that are coming in, or just managing the security of the outpost. It's got like some lockers and the interesting use of the dresser here, R-themed dresser. I've got some ideas of my own to use that for something else in a build I'm working on. Speaking of a build I'm working on, for those wondering, yesterday I had a little bit of an accident with the pond for Thove's plot that I've been working on, and you'll be happy to know that I managed to fix it. It's not exactly like it was originally, but I got it pretty okay. This time I took plenty of screenshots of the advanced mode tabs so that if I accidentally move it again, then I'll be able to zip it right back into place. But yeah, that was a pretty frightening moment. I was like, no, I didn't want my pond to be messed up. Nice little bunker set there. Let's see what we got over here. This is where we'll go in a minute. Here's like the generator room, engine room, something like that. I don't know the names of these bits and bobbles. I think it's like ship engines and generators and things. Lots of whirligigs. And then we come into, whoops, I just kind of jumped right off the edge. Like a garage, and here you have like a little dune buggy. Maybe it's more like a moon buggy. Big there was kind of head first into the hood there. But I like the little steering wheel. It's kind of simple. You just kind of left or right. I think it's a detonator that's being used there. Good use of the benches. Usually folks will just put chairs or two pillows or something for a seat like this. And I actually used a bench, probably two of them, to squish them together and make it look nice. A nice way of doing it. It looks like it was meant to be that way. I think that's an Osun banner of some sort. And the tires and a cryopod, I think. Great shelf on the front for the grill, and just a wall-mounted generator for the engine in the back. Very cleverly done. I like that. Nice use of the hovering medical cots with that blue effect. Kind of giving you the idea that you're being, I don't know, sprayed, ionized, something so that you can wander out here in the nether reaches of space or whatever. Now, I don't know, yeah. I haven't been inside this, so I have no idea what's over here. Like a pretty cool generator setup for the gun. Plasma. Nice way of getting around with the glass. Those pieces are kind of hard. I mean, we don't have actual round. We have the curved, but it's like, you know, full halves. We don't have like half a curved pipe like we do with the walls. I think that would be helpful. So here's, whoops, kind of a monitoring room or something. And then we go down. More generators. And looks like we had a bit of an accident here. We got like sparking wires and hanging wires and purple goop. That's those strain eyeball things. I think it's a strain splat or something. I forget the name of it, but got that all over here. I like using it for like spilt drinks or like cleaning up a mess on the floor. Done that a few times, or on the countertop or something. Interesting way to get you into the vicinity of the hatch house. Is very neon-y. How crazy is that? It is like multiple screen stuff overlapping each other. That's just nuts. So it's like some kind of strain worship room or something. I don't know. Don't see any stairs or indications that there's more to it than this. Could be. But I don't see anything offhand. Possible I'm missing it, but I don't think so. Checking all around just to be sure. Can't go through the panel. That would be cool if you could, though. It'd be a fun way of yeah, for some reason, if folks are having trouble getting into the houses on PTR, just by right-clicking them, you'll see that I kind of do a little hop, and it like turns me. If you just click it directly from the get-go on this, rather than using whatever button it is you use to interact, it seems to be 100% workable that way. If I'm clicking directly on the open door interact button, if I'm just right-clicking, it doesn't always stay. If I'm off of it, just right-clicking is like it doesn't cooperate. So just a word to the wise: if you don't want to sit there clicking forever and feeling frustrated, just use the function button. That is the best way to go about it. I just didn't want to. I wanted to check and make sure we saw everything here. I think so, but be sure. I'm gonna go walk outside and make sure that anything, any other door. I can show you the war pig mount while I'm at it. Kind of hard to get a good picture. Let's see if I can. Got a really big nose, and he does a little Pumbaa jump. Cracks me up. That is the war pig mount. Doesn't look like there's really anything else out here, but just some, you know, little bits of things that they maybe are working on. So yeah, that is Phage Cannon Outpost, and the name for that one was Leland Kalen, I think how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. And then the last house for today, which I know this is going to be a short stream, but I really have a lot of things I'm supposed to be working on today, and it's like so much to do, so little time to do it in. But this is Mooseport Alley by Mayor Desmoose. For whatever reason, the names are not showing up, so I'm going to have to here and bug that before I go. I didn't even go all the way in here. I think I've been here before on the PTR earlier, and it may be that I've already toured this place, but I love the little Teenage Mutant Ninja WildStars here. They've got like the swords on the back, the tires used as the, whoops, there we go. Hold on a second. See if we can get reconnected. That's the trouble with PTR. You never know when it's going to go poof. Of course, that's kind of true of, you know, of live, but less so. You know, you expect it to be a little bit more stable. Still loading. Still loading. There we go. Yes, I'll go to Walden later. You can see I don't have anything on my plot. It's nothing here. While we're here, we can go ahead and do the preview, and then we'll head back to Desmoose. Let's see. The remodel options would be guy. Now, I'm only going to show this one really quick because it kind of makes me a little nauseous looking at it, just because of the motion. So, warning, if you have a tendency for motion sickness or something, just look away for a few seconds. But this one is called Falling into the Sun, and I'm just going to kind of try and not really look at it because a very annoying sky option. Okay. Then we have a Fantastic Voyage. It's movement too, but it's less, I don't know, it doesn't affect me as badly as the other one. It kind of has that like you're going through a wormhole effect or something. But you'll notice they've got these new indicators that they are purchasable on the cash shop, and then they have a button that you go to and it'll take you to there. There's also the Proto-Pixtomatic. I really can't tell anything other than maybe it looks a little bleached and fuzzy. I'm not sure about that, if that's working as intended. It's really bright, but it has that like softened look. I don't know if maybe the Pixtomatic is just kind of like draining the color of everything or something. I don't know. Then we have Tropical, which I guess is just, you know, have a really bright sunny day, which might be good for those that are running a permanent day kind of feature. I don't know if this actually has a dark cycle in it. It could, but it would be interesting if we had a permanent day. Then you have Vortex of Chaos. Little dizzying, looking straight up, but it's a nice big purple swirly gig, and then it's got this like I don't know, Aurora Borealis stuff going on. I remember a few people asking for that. I didn't see any other new features except on the ground. We now have asteroid surface, Eldon Tech, and then of course ozone plates. The one's got like these gritty lines, and then the others more kind of rough, rusted over, trained over a little platform bits. Do notice that the ground is perfectly flat. You can still have clutter and things, but or you can hide it if you don't want that. Same way with the asteroid, you can hide the clutter, or you can leave it. Looks a little weird with the plants, but you know, if you're wanting kind of like a Far Side kind of feel and don't want that, you know, we have a Far Side version, but it's even more bare than the asteroid. You want something a little different? You want some greenery in there? That'll work. Plants are bigger than I am, though. That's bad. So that's the new pieces on that. If I come across any other new ones, I was looking for an Ocean house, but I can't seem to find it. And of course, my points aren't high enough to purchase one on my own, so no go on that. So back to Mayor Das Moose to see what the Ninja WildStar are up to. See if we can stay connected. Anyway, it's like they're, you know, have their access to the sewers here, but here's like, I guess these are supposed to be the nunchucks, and these are the, I don't know, the little three-pronged thingies. And then you have a staff, I guess it is, on his back, and swords on that one. But the tires used for the little headbands, those are pretty clever use there. So there's the little sewer entrance into this little town. Now, I don't know if this is the way we were supposed to come in or not. I don't recall if I've been here fully. I guess this is a bank access and has a little free bot running it. But I love these little towns, especially even if they've got a lot of faux doors, which this one doesn't appear to have. It's still fun to look at the way the people set it up. So this looks like the little sheriff's office. Got a little jail cell here. Oh, falling asleep. And then we have a little lunch wagon. Got the menu on the side. Take a good shot in here. Menu on the side and a little lunch truck or a soup truck or something. And they even have it so that you can go, well, most people can go inside. So then if you have some RPers that want to come and have to do their little RP thing, they've still got that option. The simple little kitchen, a little tough on the, I guess this would be their navigation system because you can't see over the dashboard when you're sitting on the seat. At least not as an Orin. Let's see. Wander around here. Looks like a little gift shop of some sort. Toys, toy models, little ship models, plushies, posters, collectibles. Let me just reload you on real quick. Can't tell if it's just my camera doing the stuttering or if it's
Hey there. What can I do for you?
for crying out loud.
Maybe you'll be able to answer some of our
I'll give me
questions.
requests.
Don't keep them waiting.
Okay, so this looks like some kind of a med lab. Some kind of weird laboratory. Them being on the spikes is kind of weird. An extra little interesting building. So let's see here, it's a crafting station that's been incorporated into the build. I've seen a lot of folks do this, and no two have been alike. And again, that's what I love about the housing. You can give 10 people the same materials and say, okay, build me this, and the chances of it looking exactly like any two is pretty slim. This is like a little town here. Little park bench. Go inside here if we can. No, it's one of the faux doors. Looks like an inn. Maybe it's an apartment complex. Bottles for the handles. A big beer can there. Oops, don't sit on that. But see, this is a good way. This is what I'm talking about. I love the faux doors, even if they don't really lead anywhere. Where it's slightly disappointing, it still it gives you the impression that there's more going on here. So this is like a little home complex kind of thing. Maybe it's part of an inn or something. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. It looks more like a little apartment. This is kind of like the bum section. A little cardboard bunk beds going on. Nice little barrel fire there. I've been waiting for them to give us the little fire in a can like they have in Fade. They probably have it in elsewhere too. I don't know about Alien. Don't go there, but we're not going to do the challenge. I don't know why that went auto on the things, but that's a good way of incorporating the dump into your little city. Let's see what's over here.
Challenge failed.
Challenge has failed. I'm sad now. Yeah, I think I visited this place, but I didn't actually go all the way through all the buildings. I think he might have been experimenting with some of the new boardwalk pieces, and he just removed all of this because I don't remember this bit here. The interesting way of doing challenge triggered again. With that, I don't want to do your challenge. Nice way of getting a good city view.
Challenge failed.
But having, covered walkways. Protect from the weather. Unfortunately, we don't have control over how weather effects go through decor when you have custom built stuff like this going on. But maybe someday we'll have something that...
Challenge begins.
Oh, shush about your challenge. Okay. Just something I didn't notice before first run through. If I can get out of here.
Failed.
Follow the road. Is the little ball on top of the shop there. They got little indications, like Sheriff's Place and little ball above. See what's this one? Oh, it's the other side of the room crafting. dried up well. And then the little park here. Let's see if we can go inside, like a bar. A little dance floor here, it looks like. Here's some little slot machines. Big old speakers. I love the hats. Makes it look like he's got a feather in his cap. Come on, open for me here. Yeah, see, I like using the little splotches as indication that something's spilled. Bridge has a couple of eyeballs and stuff. Like somebody's got a weird sense of appetite there. Open sesame. Color has been drained. Oh, that's creepy. The all-seeing eye. Ew. Sparky. Spark monkey. This kind of gives the impression it's like some old fogies kind of meet up and talk about stuff that run in the village or the town or something, like the mayor and his chumps. Interesting use of the picket fence decor for the toilet door. And that is a really weird looking, I guess that's a urinal or something. Better than the oh crud, I can't remember the names anymore. Alcoves? Remember. I think it's alcoves. Got the like spiky bits on, and I don't know who would want to use the bathroom that looks like that. That's Mooseport Alley by Mayor DeSmoose. A lot of nifty little tricks and ideas. Especially, I think the lunch cart is my favorite piece. But I'm sure a lot of this took a lot of time and planning and you know, deciding, okay, what fab kits are we going to use, and how are we going to incorporate, you know, build around that so that it looks like it's meant to be there. That's the hardest thing, I think. Make it feel like it's, you know, it was natural that way. Yeah, it's a pretty big place. And it's going to get even bigger when the free-to-play hits because we're getting a lot more space. If I can find my way back out, I go down the sewer, I think. Yep. You can see he's got this, normally you would come in that corner there and it's just that much more space he's going to have to spread that city out even more. So some of those faux buildings may actually become full-fledged rooms and stuff once free-to-play hits because he'll not only get the more space, but I'm sure he'll be one of those to invest or just somehow arrange so that he can get some of the decor limit upgrades as well. So yeah, lots of goodies coming. Thanks for joining, Mentos, by the way. Have you had a chance to check out the PTR on your own? I only just got in this morning for the second time. I was waiting for my character to copy, and she's still waiting, so I figured there's a long queue because there's a lot of people wanting to get back in. Plus, we have a lot of new ones that are getting in, so let's see if we can find something interesting. Too lazy to download it. Well, no, it's not a have-to thing. It's just if you want to get in and have a look. Let's see, can I get in here? See, normally you would enter here, so I don't know if I can sneak in there by crawling through the weeds here or not. Come on. Kind of fall into it. I'm not sure if I've toured this place before or not. Yeah, see, this is where you normally come in, I think. They've got it all kind of really weird looking. I don't even know what all this is. Okay, maybe this is where you come in. Kind of hard to tell. And so then you come down and it's almost like a Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. Well, a lot of people want to do that, and I've kept most of it. I haven't done a lot of stuff. I've just been visiting houses that already exist, but are on NA realms, ones that I don't have access to as a EU player. And a lot of people want to keep it all a surprise. Others, they're really keen on testing every little itsy-bitsy bit, and you know, if I've come across a bug while I happen to be looking around, then I know I'll mention it. But now the names are showing up. I don't know why some of them are and some of them aren't. But yeah, it kind of gives me that Alice in Wonderland kind of feels all glowy and very vibrant. So let's see, do we go this way? This is where I kind of snuck in. See, normally I think this is a little bit more closed in where it's positioned. But we got the little lot party going on. Guess that's the ship they all rode in on. Somebody had a bit too much to drink with their flight. A little date. I think it's the date spot or the date something or other. And somebody's. Oh, look, it's a little girl Skeet with a bow on her head. Yeah, I've been here since the first beta as well. Like I said, I test some things. I did a lot of the early leveling stuff in the beginning. But again, I knew I was going to be playing it on live and I didn't want to spoil everything. But with me just super interested in what new stuff was coming for housing, I couldn't resist hopping on and checking it out. Okay, there's lots of mushrooms here. Am I supposed to use them to go somewhere? I don't think so. Just for looks. Weird with the guns here. You see how, like, Alice in Wonderland, this looks is so bright and rainbowy. There's a King Hoot Owl. The Hugo. And apparently they set it up so this like where the door is. And we're in. Definitely orange flavored. Look at all them plushies. Like little miniatures. Look at all those little things. Baby. Baby cute. I got plenty of plushies. That's a lot of decor count just sitting right there. Oh my gosh. Really funky way of decorating. I don't think I've been here before. Thought I had. The name sounded familiar. Nice little aquarium using the clunky fire extinguisher. Got some, I think that's the tentacle glowy plants, and those are lovely for jellyfish. They have a slight movement. I like using a lot of moving plants when I'm trying to set up an aquarium because that gives that illusion of, you know, they're kind of moving with the water. I like the little cuckoo clock or something. Crazy. And then boop, right through. That's the standing. No, that's the. I think it's the exile panel monitor, something or other. Doesn't have any collision on the screen itself, so it's a good way of, you know, doing a hideaway door. Anyway, with the banners, they have no collision on them as well. Of course, a lot of our banners are on those posts and rods, so you can't use them like that, but the ones that you can get that are kind of dangling by. Another nice use of the posters as like a magazine cover. I've seen the books, just using a book and then laying the Beyond the Fringe on the front, so it's like the book emblem. I think this is the first time I've seen the tablet computer used, but it still works really well. A little creepy with the tree thing and it's sticking out of the toilet paper there, but I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a natural toilet paper, even though they have one here already. Very big monitor here. Little desk. Looking for little bits that I might have missed. Oop, fell right down, didn't I? Lots of trophies. Look at all those heads. I couldn't even tell you who those all are. I haven't a single one except for, you know, the cheapy ones that you can buy straight. Okay, down into the bottom part and get the door to open for me. Wow, whoop, almost missed that. A little hidey hole for reading, telling some secrets to a friend, something like that. Hall of posters. Wow, there's a lot going on in here. Look at that. Is that a car? Oh my gosh, look at that. It's a little, one of those game things. The game room. You get in there and do your little driving simulation or something. That's pretty cool. I think Mr. Mannequin's a little below. I think that's supposed to be their bow tie. They're kind of sunk into the floor there. And then I guess this is, I don't know what that is. Some kind of bomb game. The really interesting bits, and I guess this is the target practice. The fun use of the tactical table, kind of zooming in on the one. And of course, then you got your little prize booth here. Good way of framing the pictures, giving them different frames. It's like 3 layers of things. There you got the, I don't know, portraits of the luminari or whatever, and then the beer sign, and then the travel poster on top of that. I hate that everything kind of looks at green even though I'm not really hovering over it. Let's see, what else is in here? Another one of those little cuckoo clocks. Oh, let me up, let me up. Cozy little kitchen. A little indoor herb garden going on. a very big, where's my pet? Don't let him see this. He might be upset. It's probably like a cousin of his or something. What's over on this side? Like a medical? Yeah, I'm not sure what the little miniature plushies are doing there. Maybe they're being shrunk down or something. Interesting little place. I can get out, yep. Let's see, there's something up here we didn't see. Places has got all sorts of stuff going on. Keeps going and going and going. Wow. Oh, look at all that treasure. Money! Worship the money. Little lock shrine. I still want those carrots. I know we got the carrot plushie, but I want a carrot. Like just a real carrot. Put a plate full of carrots out from a guest or something. Which they probably think is weird. I like the little floaty platforms there with the balloons attached. That's pretty funny. Let's see, where does this tunnel go? Probably shoots me out. Ah, it's like so many places to find. What is this? Looks like a target range. Shooting range kind of thing. Interesting. Come on, open. Little bunker house. Now that's kind of nice. I managed to sneak that in to make it look like the tablet is actually working. Pretty fun. Look out of the table, piggy. Now he's under it. Oh, there he goes. He's doing his little roll around on the back. And he did it when he was hidden, so that's just me. But that's a really fun one. I'm gonna have to borrow that idea for that build that I'm working for someone else. I think that'll work really good for them. Let's see. Get to everything? I hope so. A lot of stuff going on here. Not the other end again and see if I can spot anything else I'm supposed to look at. At the ship. Let's see. What is that? Can I get to that? That was where the date spot was. I don't think there was anything to get. I think it's just a tower. I think it's the Ichthium water tower, which I'm actually looking for a couple of those, but I am unwilling to pay 4 plat for it. So yeah, fun. A nice way of doing the walkway as well. Breaking it up, looking like it's, you know, still part of the jungle stuff going on. This is really kind of a psychedelic looking walkway here. Look at all the colors. Like Christmas. Crazy. Crazy. That's the hidden lot for us, and it's not showing the name anymore, so I don't remember what it was. Sorry. Let's see. One more. We can visit one more, I guess. If I can find one that sounds interesting. Go to murder game. Sounds promising. If we can get in, I don't know. Some of these places, they're still kind of closed off. because of the placement and how they built up their homes. They kind of have it blocked off, so this is kind of different. Normally it's food and everything else, so they're selling all the wares of destruction. Makes sense with the name there. Murder Incorporated. Can we get up here? Little storage. I like the little displays for all their guns. They're even using the signs, the gun sign for some of the guns. Swords. Perhaps. That door's closed, but we can come out here. What do we got? Little outdoor grilling. Looks like another practice range kind of thing going on, and maybe a sparring ring. You'd come and then change a little bit of fists with your buddies. Well, it depends, Mentos, it really does. A lot of times people will use just whatever they happen to collect through their questing and stuff. Others are willing to spend, hundreds of plat. It just really, for me, I tend to build cheap, so I use things that I can get hold of from the housing vendor, and if it's a difference between if I can find if there's an item that's cost like 25,000 renown, and I can find something that's kind of doable for like a gold, I'm gonna go for the gold one. Save my renown for something else. The same way with plat. There are sometimes certain things that you want to build and you just adamantly have to have a specific kind of decor, and then that's, oops, come right off my mouth there. And that's just the price to pay if you say, I must have this piece. But generally speaking, you can get away with doing this pretty cheap. I think you can do a decent home without spending much. It may feel like a lot for beginner players, simply because, for someone like me, I've been playing for well over a year now, so I've accumulated the money. But for someone that's just starting out, housing is not something you should expect to, be able to produce right away. It's an investment. Take your time. That's a different kind of refrigerator, using the windows on top of the airtight containers with the hammers as handlebars. Pretty good idea. And that's just the wooden shipping crate with some dragon walls, I think, for the countertop. I like the little pot here. They just kind of made it a little different by sticking the porthole window on top. And they're going through the trouble of putting all these little plates in. This didn't come stock this way. They actually put that in themselves. I like the knife block as well. Pardon me, I get the hiccups. Very big dessert compared to the main meal. I think we kind of went in the house a little backwards. Started in the kitchen. There's a little private office. Maybe not so private, but personal office. I like the couch here. I'm not sure why they've got these extra little bits sticking out. I probably would have opted to make it all the same, but or add armrests or something on the side if they wanted to give it some extra. But I like little makeshift stuff like that. Always fun. The little bar. TV room. Notice their house is all obsidian stone for the main walls. Look at the toilet. That's looks like a reinforced wall with a med kit on the back, and then a bowl with a chew seat. You could actually sit on the toilet. More like in the toilet for me. That's hilarious. But it's got a bowl for the bowl. Lovely little cabinet here. I would have liked to have seen some piping for drainage, and maybe some bottles of like bathroom cleaner or some toilet paper stocked up in there. Of course, when I see things that are, feel like they're a little bare, where, you don't have no bottles of something here, soap or anything, you start to wonder maybe they hit their decor limit and just wasn't able to flush it out. Or they could just be not fully done with it. To be encroaching on a partially done home. Oh, somebody's been ousted from the bed, having to sleep on the floor. Let's see. Oh, got another floor to go here. Another little bedroom. Oh, is that cute? It's a little crib. That's fresh. That's little night lights. Curtain window. Just missing. You need some plushies. I see one up there, but you should have like that down here. I've seen a few cribs. They've made some like little rattles and stuff. There's a book there for the nanny to read. The kitty. Seen a few classrooms, a few nursery type things, playgrounds. Playgrounds is a big fun deal for folks to make. Went to a little theme park. I guess it was yesterday. No, the day before yesterday on the Dominion side. Live, and there was a little theme park that had little plushy people walking around. That's kind of creepy with the eyes on that. Just a little. There's a shower stall. First time I've seen one with like a halvesy and then like the door you pull out. That's kind of interesting. Waste basket. Waste baskets. Huh. Never seen a candle used as the toilet paper handle before, but that actually works pretty good. If you could hide the flame, pardon me, pretty effectively without making it look too obvious, that could probably be used as like a rolling pin for cooking as well. Excuse. I think I inhaled some dust. Let's see. Can't go out the door there. Thought maybe we could go out to the patio. So let's see. Is that everything? Just kind of. I just wander all over the place and fall right off onto the bar there. Let's see. Trying to get out. I think this is where I was supposed to come in originally. And I just went around the back. Yeah, I completely bypassed it. Totally blind. See if I can get a good shot of the house itself. Come on. Can you hop up there? Trying to get a high vantage point here. Not very. No, I fell off. Oh, let's zoom out. Let's see. Look at that. It's just all constructed of obsidian rocks. A true Fred Flintstone house. Pretty weird. So that's Murder Inc. by, looks like, what does that say? Simon Novak. interesting stuffs. I'm trying to, make the most of the PTR by getting to peek at some of the NA houses that I normally wouldn't get a chance to see. Who's there? Oh, okay. Other side. Because not everybody will make screenshots of their place. Not everyone does the videos. And while we do get to see some of them showcase when they like have a little housing contest or something, here's another good shot of the multi-layered house there. See, there's a balcony there, but I couldn't get to it. I don't know. I guess I missed the door or something. But generally speaking, there's usually a lot of people that don't showcase their houses. They're public and everything, and I'm sure there's some people that notice them, but they just don't go around promoting them. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of awesome places. So I'm just trying to get a glimpse of all I can. So that was Murder Inc. And that, I think, is it for us today. I know it's been kind of a slow week. We did have the Dominion tours this past Wednesday, which turned out really well. I mean, there were some really pretty great homes. And we even had one of the owners come by and talk a little bit about their place. A reminder, today is the last day that you can enter the Geeks of Nexus housing competition. I'm not even going to try and remember what they called it. It was like, I don't know, competition, challenge, crush or something. I don't know what it was. I just say Geeks of Nexus housing competition. That's easier for me to remember. They're the ones hosting it, so. But if you're on Jabbit Realm EU, whether you're on Exile side, pardon me, those hiccups are really bugging me. Exile side or Dominion side, doesn't matter. You're more than welcome to enter. Just look for the thread in the Jabbit Realm subforum on the main official forums. Excuse me. And enter your plot. There's lots of plat up for grabs. There's several categories, not only just an overall type of winner, but there's winners for both separate, there's going to be Exile winners and there's going to be Dominion winners. The Dominion pool of houses is, I think, slightly smaller than the Exile side. So if you're Dominion, now's your chance to get your house in there. If you have multiple plots, like you have a lot of alts and you've built on all of them and you want to enter them all, that's allowed. I don't know if commissioned plots are allowed. I saw somebody asking about that, but the last I checked, they hadn't had an answer returned, so I don't know if they're permitting that. I don't see why not, because if you built it, surely you don't want the person that you built it for taking credit for it and getting the prize for it. So, or maybe it has to be that the person that you built it for enters it and then they give you the money, or I don't know how it would work, but I think it would, excuse me, I think it would work all right even if you commission the plot. But of course, I'm not the people running the competition, so you'd have to check with them first. Yours isn't special, huh? Well, have some confidence, Mentos. I see a lot of people, though, talk so poorly about their home. They're like, yeah, I don't have the imagination about. And then you go to their house and it looks totally awesome. Sometimes you're your own worst critic. I'm not saying your house is awesome or isn't awesome. I haven't seen it, but it's good to have some confidence. But, if you feel like, it's not up to snuff, then this is, take the opportunity to visit as many as you can and get some ideas. Excuse me. Anyway, today is the last day to enter that competition. And then starting tomorrow for the next couple of weeks, the judges will be, man, I'm starting to lose my voice now. The judges will be going through all of the homes. I think that I wouldn't doubt we're above 30 entries right now. I know that doesn't sound a lot compared to NA side. I think they had something like 50 plus entries, but for EU, compared to the last time we had this kind of competition, the uh, submissions is pretty outstanding. How to build a house for one of two ways. You can either purchase a pre-built one. Go to my little hovel here. For example, this cozy Oran house, you can build it straight up. They have a wide selection, somewhat wide. There's still more to come, I'm sure, but you can have different ones. Now, on the PTR, we have access to be able to supposedly do any of the faction homes. I don't know if that's going to be true for live. On live currently, we are restricted to our faction housing. So we, as an Oran, I can only build an Oran house or a Granok house, that kind of thing. Pardon me. So you can either pay out the money and have a pre-built home built for you. Doesn't come furnished though, you have to furnish it yourself. Or you can do like a lot of us opt to do, either modify that home in a way that maybe I want to cover this entire thing up and just have the doors showing. You can do that. Or you can completely, you can opt for what we call the hatch house or the bunker house. It's also called underground bunker. All it is a little hatch door, the ground, nothing else. And then you just build over that and make yourself a custom built home. And you just do that by piecing any number of pieces together. If you want yours to look like a log cabin, you can do that. If you want it to look like the house that we just visited and it was completely made out of rock, you can do that. We've seen castles and spaceships and space ports and tree houses, caves, just about anything you can dream up, you can build. It may not be exactly like, you know, we have a lot of things that are inspired by certain things like, please show all house. Well, I don't know what you mean. The whole house in here, there's not really that much. This is the whole house here. This is just the Oran Cozy house. I don't have enough money to go and purchase all of them, and I'm not going to, you know, spend hours trying to hunt down a version of each. But like, let's see what Nano's house is. Now it looks like Nano's got a bunker house, so it looks like it's just a bunch of junk laying up here, but the house is actually here under the tree. They put the tree on top, it doesn't come with that. And then this is big old room. And I've seen people split it up into 3 floors, some just 2 floors, some leave it this big old room and just put furniture all around it and divvy it up with walls and stuff like that. Currently, I think the bunker house is the biggest house space-wise, but come free-to-play, I think the Ocean will be knocking it out of the park, because from what I hear, it's pretty big. I haven't seen one myself, the interior on live. I've seen some videos of it, and I've heard a lot of people that's seen it in person talk about it, and they've said it's got more square footage than any of the other homes, but let's see. I'm gonna find another one. This might be a spacious Oran house. Yeah, it looks a little bigger. Now, the house on my plot was a cozy one. It's just like a one bedroom thing, but the spacious one looks a little bigger, and in the inside it has an up and a downstairs. You have the room here, which a lot of people find ways to divvy it up. Whoops, completely went off of that. I can aim better without falling. So they got this little section up here. It's one way of doing it. Others actually build stairs and walls and things like that. And then you have this little room here, and they've made it look like it's smaller than it is. But what this really is originally it just goes straight down into a tunnel, but they've built around it to kind of give it a little. It actually comes straight down. You go into the tunnel, and boop, got another little room here. I've seen people split this up as well and get several levels out of it. Many rooms. It feels small to begin with, but when you start putting in the decor and you start to realize just how much space you have, it almost becomes a chore to try and figure out, okay, what am I going to put here and what am I going to put there? That kind of thing. See if I can find a different version. Might be a spaceship one. No, it's a Granite house, it looks like. The spacious Granite house. Made it into a bar. Had a little. This doesn't come with it, they've added this on themselves, little TV room. But the house itself is basically this section here and up. Looks pretty big, and then when you go inside, kind of hard to get an idea of just how big the place is when they fill it up. But it doesn't normally have this floor. They've added that in. Usually a lot bigger space-wise. See, you can go up quite a ways. Ceiling's pretty high. There's the ceiling there. But they managed to get it into several little bits. Here's like, you know, nice little makeshift couches. Those don't come as is. They built that themselves with oh, I think Mentos would probably help you on those questions, because I don't have any ideas on the classes. To me, I say play what you have fun playing. If you have the opportunity to give all of the characters a try, then, you know, the classes and everything, do that and then figure out what you like. You should know by the first few levels what feels comfortable, in my opinion. Interesting little doodads. A bar. Very full of stuff here. Look at all that. A little cash register. It's got a gun in case anybody acts up. Money. All kinds of alcohol. All of that he's stuck in there. I think these cabinets are the ones that are empty ones, and he's put all that in himself. I say he, I just assume so. The name sounded kind of male-ish. Then you got the little game room here. Not many games going on, but little kitchen. Weird how the blue looks green in here. And then a little public bathroom. So that's the spacious Granite house. Like I said, I think the bunker house is the biggest space. But it really just depends on the style of home you're going for. If you want a completely custom built home, that's possible. But if you want something, you know, a specific race oriented, Yeah, see, it does. It really just depends. You know, if in most MMOs you play uh, a warrior type, then warrior probably be, you know, the way to go because that'll be familiar. Um, but as far as numbers go, I have no idea who's supposedly on top and who isn't. To me, I don't care because I don't enjoy playing the character, whether it's top DPS or not. Why would I bother playing it? Does that make sense? So that's why I say play something that you enjoy. Oh, I like this little, like a little barbecue house, little smokehouse for the food. That's pretty fun. And I'm definitely not one of those people that, you know, flavor of the month kind of thing. Oh, well, they buffed this particular class, so that's my main now. You know what I mean? I just stick with the one that I enjoy. I've done that in all of my games, like with World of Warcraft. I've stuck with the rogue through thick and thin, combat rogue. That's what I played from the very beginning, and I've played it all. And you know, most of the time they're like on the lowest of the totem pole, and everybody's like, you know, rogues suck and blah blah. I still have fun playing it, so that's what I play. And I think it should be the same with anything else. Yeah, I can't really knock it because I know there's a lot of people that that's what they enjoy. They like to do the number crunching and you know, they want to be the top. They're always, you know, focused on the DPS meter and the threat meter and all that. But as long as I'm dying more often than whatever I'm trying to kill, then we're good. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I think I said that like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, but I mean it this time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little bit of a sneak peek at some of the houses on the NA side that we normally wouldn't see, or at least I wouldn't. You know, those of us on EU, we're just like, you know, ooh, this NA stuff. And of course, we did take a look at some of the new ground and sky features that are coming. Just fair warning though, the one that's called the Falling into the Sun, check it out on somebody else's plot if you can before you purchase it, because you may discover that it's going to make you sick and you will regret spending money on unlocking it, because I definitely don't like that one for sure. It's just got too much of that motion thing. Just thinking about it's kind of making me dizzy. So anyway, that's it for us this week. We will be back Monday, and I will probably be working on Project Project Silverthorn. It's a plot build that I'm working on for a guildmate. I've been adding some things off camera, and so I'll probably have a lot of stuff to recap on Monday. But hopefully we'll get to do some building on it too. I'm hoping this weekend I'll be able to get some time to kind of focus in on where some of the rooms are going to be, what area is going to be designated for what purpose. Still kind of iffy on where I'm wanting to put things. The lab part's easy because that's the focus of his bunker house, so it's like right there in big and bold. But the rest of the stuff, you know, like the bedroom and the kitchen and that kind of thing, I'm still kind of unsure about how I'm going to divvy it up. So hoping to iron that out, and that will help speed things along as far as picking out decor for that. And of course, come next Wednesday, we have a new set of housing tours to do on live, which is Exile's Turn. I've got a lot of new homes to check out. Several of them are those that have been entered into the Geeks of Nexus housing competition. I don't know if they're going to be doing an actual video tour of all of these, so I thought, well, I'll just take the opportunity to get a few tours in of those things. So if it does that they end up having a video of it too, well, it's been doubly done, so it's all right. So yeah, Free to Play comes out on the 29th. If you happen to know anyone that is needing a beta code that has yet to obtain one, send them over here, over my way. I stream every weekday, usually in the mornings, CEST time, but this today was like an exception. I'm a little later on today. But and I'm always on at 1 p.m. CEST time on Wednesdays. That's when we do the house tours. But drop them by and tell them to say the magic phrase, too cool for school, because I do have both NA codes and EU codes to pass out. I'm not doing any kind of really active promotion. It's just for those that happen to come by and talk about it in chat. If I see that they're interested in trying to get into it and don't have a code yet, I'm willing to pass it out. But for those of you that have been watching and happen to have some friends that or somebody that you know that's been looking for one, has been having trouble grabbing them from all these multitude of giveaways, have them drop by here, because clearly I don't have like too big of a viewing audience, so they'll have a better chance at getting one here. I do have a limited supply, but until they are exhausted, I will be happily giving those out to those that would like to give it a try, because the more people we can get into the PTR now, the better. Not only gives people a chance to get some, sneak peek at what all's going on. If they're a returning player, they can see what all's changed, but also it gives them testing time for Carbine to kind of iron out all of the wrinkles before the big day, which is, like I said, the 29th of this month. So I think I covered it all, and I wish you guys a great day. Have a super weekend, and I'll see you next